between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Come on, set.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
This defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Go, 10. 52. Check, pick. Set.
Sticking with Walker on second down. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch out, man. 52. Ball red.
Play action this time with Love. Throw out wide to Walker. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down. Love. And his throw here's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now Love. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. And he is going to have a Niners first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Sticking with Walker on second down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Trayvon Walker in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that, another sack for the first-round pick on the season. You know, he's shown here, Charles, in the first few months of his career that pass rushing, it might be a specialty of his.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that I graded him that way prior to the season. That's not necessarily what they drafted him for at all, but let's face it, they're going to take it, and I think they'll expand upon these talents that they found and keep sending him after the quarterback.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Another run down for Nwangu.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. '49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the
Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Take it in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To pass, here's Jordan Love.
He completes this to Walker.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Love.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Throwing. Love. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Gold is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
and that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say,
he's got a man, complete. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Wilson. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. Well, at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've got fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have now allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Love. Try to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it. But that one was incomplete.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's got room. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Falcons have broken our tie. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Handoff right side to Wangu. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. This time Wilson will throw. Try to force it to Allen, and
it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the 49ers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. 25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Love back to it here after the pick 6. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Jamel Dean. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Patterson running between the tackles. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know The great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
On second down, here's Nwangu.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Third down, here's Patterson.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Here's Williams to return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being...
He's got a man complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Love looking to throw it. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Here's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now a give running right, Nwangu.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll go right back to Nwangu.
And some space here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Wilson on the keeper. And boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a first down.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the first down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right, why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap, just fall down and pick it up. They got it there.
Wrecking the defense there was Brandon Smith. Back to stop him before he got to the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Kinlaw in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It's Love now back near his goal line. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Love now. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice been put into the game.
Straight ahead, Walker. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Play fake. Here's Love. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
On 3rd down, Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here we go, stop.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On the give is Nwangu. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. A quick throw, but incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. But they'll run with Nwangu.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On third down, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, 49ers.
I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Now it's Nwangu.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Love looking to throw. And this is caught by Williams. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now Love. And that's caught by Williams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Love. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Atlanta, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they can't quite seem to turn things around.